Can I start by asking you what your members are planning should they need to raise more capital, and how might they do that, perhaps from their state owners?
Our member banks increased their capital after the last crisis, and we have the agreement of Basel III, and our banks are fine with their capital level and are prepared also to increase it in the steps that are in the line of Basel III. And if further capital steps are necessary, then there are different possibilities.
Do you foresee any snags in the process of raising more capital? And in your view, how much more could be needed?
I can't give you a figure on this, and I think the situation of banks is very different, and there are different ways to raise capital. It's possible by decreasing the balance sheet. It's possible from the returns, and so there are different ways to increase capital if it is necessary.
And I know you're an advocate of investment banking and the universal bank model. Do you think in any way retail operations and investment banking operations need to be separated? And are there any caveats in which that wouldn't be necessary as far as you're concerned?
In my view, it's not necessary to separate retail banking and investment banking. In Germany, we have this concept of universal banks, as in other countries, and I think it is a successful concept, and with this concept you can match different risks.
Moving just on to Greece now, but again, how your members might react. Would your members support a 50% haircut on Greek debt, do you think?
We have the agreement of July about 21%, and I think this should really be concluded, and we have to wait what will be the outcome of the weekend meetings.
How important is it for a haircut to be limited just to Greece?
I think for other countries it's not necessary, and I think in the center of solutions of the financial crisis is the improvement of the situation of the national budgets. So it's very important that Italy and Spain really improve their budget policy and come to balanced budget in the short term.
And we know what is set for October 23rd. How different do you think the world will feel on Monday? We already know that Germany's warning that a complete plan to save Greece is not deliverable by that date. But do you think by Monday there will be more calm restored, a floor for confidence at least?
I hope so, that we come step by step to a more stable situation in the financial markets, and in my view the improvement of the budget policy of the countries in Southern Europe should be in the center of the progress, and the improvement of the European Stability Pact is very important, and if it is necessary in this framework of the Stability Pact, European governments have to act.
Are you worried at all about what could happen in France with their banking system and even the credit rating there? Is that a concern that your members are talking about as well, and the possible ripple effects of any changes there, any downgrades there?
Every downgrade from rating agencies, of course, had their consequences in the market, and but I think the function of the credit rating agencies is very important, and I hope that we see no further deterioration in the financial markets.
There are lots of possible scenarios for what will happen in Greece, but People are talking this week about an accidental default where the Greek bureaucracy is just not able to stay on top of the issue. Is that a term that you've encountered? Are your members talking about that? Do you think it's a realistic possibility here?
No, our hope is that Greece can really improve their situation, not only in financial terms, but also the economic situation. But it takes a long time, and there we need these programs to stabilize Greece.
And your final thoughts on the problem of contagion. In your view, what is the most important thing to stamping that out come Monday when we have some sort of framework for sorting Greece out?
It is most important to increase confidence in capital markets. And as I said, in the center, in my view, is that we see really improvements in the budget policy of the southern European countries.